God. I'm like, can I live my life, please?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. You really can't. But then I don't think anyone gives a shit. And then it's like people be like,
do.
oh, ooh, I saw this on your Facebook or that on your Facebook. Or
There's only like 10 people that actually see mine. It's like MySpace. Like nobody ever sees it. By the way, I was researching so hard. I actually went on your MySpace page.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I haven't been on like a while.
It's there.
Yeah.
I wish I still had one. I tried to find my MySpace. I couldn't.
It's
find
on
it.
there.
Really? Yeah. He
I think I
felt
deleted it.
everything.
Oh, okay.
He felt
Mine's on
everything.
Wait, it's still there? I thought they like purged
No,
it.
mine's there. No, there's still some there.
They're
Yeah.
still out there in the nether.
I got some old pictures from there. It's good.
Nice. Cause there's a bunch of like stuff I wanted to get from mine, but I thought they like wiped it all with that redesign.
No.
I couldn't get mine.
Try to log
try it.
in. They might. I don't know. I think they're doing something new now, but
Well, I mean, it's been years since I've even attempted.
I know, it's
to log
been
into
10
that.
years.
You guys seem like a bunch of old people.
we are much older. Except for, I think Trevor might be the youngest person in the room.
How old are you, Trevor?
31.
You
Yeah.
okay.
I'm a vampire, so.
Yeah, we're
Majority.
trying.
You look like you're in your 20s, so.
Well, we all look good.
Yeah.
We all,
Yeah,
we all,
we're
none of us look our age, whatever
No.
that is.
You don't.
66.
Ready to go?
Ready to go? Yes, the ominous tones mean only one thing. Welcome to your weekly freak show. It's the Dark Mark Show. I am Dark Mark, the goth comedian. And right now, go ahead.
I'm the co-host, Hannah Bach.
Oh, she got a new thing every week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, the Batman thing was last week, so.
Okay, you're the
yeah.
co-host, Hannah Bach. Hannah Bach
Yeah.
is my co-host. She's right next to me, to my left. Welcome to Renegade Radio. If you're not listening to Renegade Radio or you missed it, follow us on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, Microsoft, wherever you get MyCast, wherever you get your podcasts. So, had some great shows.
We had some great shows. Last week was phenomenal.
Well, this is going to be phenomenal here because
Oh, yeah.
to your left, the woman of many names.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to call you. Is that Gothem Nightmare? Is that what it is now?
Yeah, it's Gothem Nightmare.
Formerly,
Seraphim Bishop,
formerly,
Seraphim Nazareth,
formerly,
Seraphim Omier,
formerly,
Pagan Star.
formerly. Seraphim Ward.
Yes, Seraphim Ward.
You have an album under that
Yeah,
name. You bring
yeah,
out that.
yeah. It was like I said, one of many names. It's like,
She's a mystery. Oh wait, also Yolanda.
and Yolanda Jean Tharp. That's my birth name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then that was a long, long time ago.
Well, no. I still go by Yolanda Jean Tharp because that's my birth name. So everyone knows my real name. They may call me Yolanda. Go do like Yolanda Jean Tharp. You know, like Gothem Nightmare, whatever. So it just, I mean, I've been in a game for a second. You know, like underground golf. You know, like, gosh, like decades ago, as my PR says, decades ago. And so throughout the years, you know, my name, you know, changed as building character, building, you know,
Right.
you know, like revamping myself. So
No pun intended.
yeah, exactly, revamping exactly.
I feel like Anthony Hopkins in Dracula. He goes by many names. She goes by many names.
I have many lives,
Yes.
many names I've lived already. So you know.
Draco, the undead. Anyway, also, we have one of the funniest people I know. I haven't seen you since I moved back into town.
I know.
You look as beautiful as ever.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
That's Nikki Wantz.
Hi.
And this is a show that's a long time coming, and I'm glad it's here. Before we get started, sponsors really quick. Do you know that Hillary's Vanity's having a pajama party this weekend?
No way.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that sounds
Are you familiar with
fun.
Hillary's Vanity?
No, I am not.
You should, because and you're very stylish. I thought I was gonna be
Thank
gothed
you.
out, but you blew me away with the gothic, the purse, the whole thing. But if you want to get the best in gothic clothing, do you know Hillary's Vanity?
Totally. I love Hillary's Vanity.
Yes. Well, she has a store now.
Oh, really?
1018 North Hollywood Way. This Saturday, well, you know, whenever you're listening to this, but Saturday the 22nd, they're having a pajama party. Or the 23rd, they're having a pajama party.
Oh, wow.
But you don't have to wait for the pajama party. Go down to the store. They've got the best goth clothing from XS, which I think is your size,
Exactly. Extra small or 00.
Double-
It depends on if I eat chicken soup that week or not.
Good. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So they have your size. They have up to 4X, which is even larger than I am. They have sizes for everybody. They have parasols. It's right in Burbank where all the cool stores are. We drove down Melrose. There's a bunch of Skechers stores. Burbank's where it's happening. Hillary's Vanity, 1018 North Hollywood Way. And if you are not living in LA, go to hillarysvanity.com for the best in golf clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Also Audible, audibletrial.com, audibletrial.com. What the?
For a free trial?
There's a free trial. You know where you get the free trial? You go to audibletrial.com/DMS. I forgot the DMS part. audibletrial.com/DMS. They have a radio play of Dracula. So I was just speaking
Right,
Dracula.
exactly. I love their clothing, by the way.
Hillary's
Dracula
Vanity.
clothing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we're talking about
Well, we
different
call
things.
it Dracula. So.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
obviously.
Dracula clothing's a different clothing
Yeah.
brand. Does not sponsor the show, but if they'd like to sponsor us, please go to.
Audible, a lot of Tim Curry does voices.
That's what I was saying. They have a Dracula play on Audible. Tim Curry, Alan Cumming, and an all-star cast.
Yeah.
They have books, comedy albums. They have Carlin Classic Gold. I paid $25 when they had record stores. Free. Just go to audibletrial.com/DMS. Get whatever book or audio product you want. And one more sponsor real quick.
We have the one and only Lionel Monroe Hat Company. You can find them on Instagram. Jamie Lynn Berman makes custom-made hats. She uses high-quality materials. She actually has her latest creation up on her Instagram, so go ahead, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Purchase a hat from her.
Right.
It's her love, it's her pride, it's her joy. She puts so much love into those hats.
Mm-hmm.
Lionel Monroe Hat Company
Right.
on Instagram.
Right. Now that I shave my head, I can use a hat. So the Lionel
Yeah.
Monroe Hat Company.
In summer, you gotta protect, your head.
Right. I guess so.
And
Did
did you
I
want
have a question? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
You may hate me, but can I change places with you? Just because I get like weird when I do a side.
If you'd like, sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you so
that's
much.
okay.
Thank
Musical
you.
chairs. Hold on. You and Hannah, Nikki, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
So we're gonna get a hat. We're gonna shopping for hats,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna go get some lingerie at the in NoHo.
Yeah, go to pajama party.
Go to a pajama party.
Just roll out of bed and go party.
But what kind of pajama party would they really? I mean, it's gonna be lingerie.
Lingerie. I'm kind of down for a onesie right now. I'm
Me
in comfortable
too.
mode.
Me too.
Is that better?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because I don't have to like turn and get a kink in my neck.
Okay. Can you hear me? I'm not hearing anything in the headphones, but that's okay. If you hear it, it's fine with me.
I can hear you.
Okay, that's fine. Now, Gotham. Do I
Yes.
call you Gotham or Nightmare? What would I
Yeah.
call you?
Gotham Nightmare.
Okay.
I have many children, by the way.
What's that?
I have Shadow Nightmare, and I have Shadow Air. Yeah, many children, like angels.
Those are your children?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Oh, I thought you meant like your spirit guides. Like mine are on crutches at this point.
Right.
I love that.
All right. I don't know if I have any spirit children or children otherwise.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people wish me happy Father's Day, which I don't know if they know that I
Oh
know.
yeah.
And it's summer solstice today.
It is.
Yes, happy summer
Yeah.
solstice, everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So do your work.
So I don't know where to start because you're a singer, you're an actress, you're a director, you're a multimedia, and let's start with the Deep South.
Okay.
How do you go from a young Creole kid in the Deep South? There's Alabama. What was the city in Alabama?
Well, Alabama's where my mom was born.
What's the city
Lick
name?
Skillet. Lick Skillet. I mean, nobody knows that place.
Lick Skillet, Alabama.
That's what I said when my mom told me, and then she corrected me all the way back. She goes, "It was Tennessee, Lick Skillet." I said, "Mom, there's no Lick Skillet, Tennessee." She goes, "Yes, there is." I was like, I looked it up. To my surprise, it was. So
Right.
there's Lick Skillet, Tennessee, and Lick Skillet, Alabama. So
There's a lot of Lick Skillets down south.
well, I never heard of Lick Skillet. Every time I heard, I started laughing because I was like, that sounds like really south. It's like
Right.
dirty, like
Yeah.
yeah. So but it's super cool. So we started like there, and then we went to Mississippi, and like her family's there in Mississippi, and then she went to Indiana, and
Right.
that, and then of course there's Indiana.
So how does a young Creole girl from the south become the Gothic nightmare that you are today?
Having lived my life.
Yeah. Do tell.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm Creole mixed blood.
Right.
Yeah, so not pure Creole, but No, I just like did talent shows there. I've always like written lyrics and stuff, and I would hear music in my head already, so.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so I started like writing, and I used to stutter a lot.
I was going to get to this because this is
Yeah.
what's fascinating about your story. You had a speech impairment so bad.
Yeah.
That you were mute for several years.
Yeah. Well, when I would talk, like now I talk.
We know.
Yeah. Okay. So I would like oh, and I would hate it because I got to like hit myself to make the word even come out.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was like that bad.
That's very goth, by the way.
I'm sorry.
That is kind of goth, by the way.
Yeah, very goth. And so I was like, oh man, you know, then of course I was the okay looking girl. My sister was the pretty one.
Oh.
Really? Regina Marie Lenore, she was like the pretty one. She was like a model, and she dated the rock star guys at school. And like, I think that's when I started liking like rocker dudes, because like she's like more Creole than I am, and she has like really beautiful hair, beautiful skin. And so then she always like date like the cute, you know, tall guys with the long hair, you know, pale skin obviously, and get in trouble by mom.
Hannah? That's Hannah. You're talking Hannah's language now.
Yeah, she would always get in trouble by mom all the time, and then she blamed it on me for telling. I was like, I didn't tell. She's like, where were you at? I said, I don't know. She went with her friend. You never told me not to tell.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So your sister's the one that kind of corrupted you.
Oh, big time. She did. No, she did. I mean, like in a good way though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're here.
Yeah, a very.
You're the Gothem Nightmare. You're a superstar.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you've and your new single, which I love, which I really like the groove of, on YouTube. So you want to fuck a rock star. And it's apropos that this is a single because, not to be indelicate, you have fucked some rock stars.
Yes, I have.
Trent Reznor,
Yes, I have.
the
Yes,
lead
I
singer.
have.
That beats your sister's local Alabama rock stars to hell.
Wow.
How did you meet Trent Reznor?
Oh, through a mutual friend of mine. Ironically, I was doing music, and so I was working my first demo, if you would, and so I was in church back then, not now obviously, but you know, just coming from this, you know, Indiana at the time, and you know.
And you were in Hollywood.
In Hollywood. My mom didn't get the, she's like, why it doesn't make sense to Hollywood, now you're in church, and blah, blah. I was like, Mom, what am I doing? Obviously, I did not, because I'm not in church anymore. I got kicked out. Very weird thing.
Okay, we'll talk about getting kicked out of church later. But about what time frame is this?
You know, that with,
Well, Trent Reznor, when you meet Trent,
oh my God.
when your girlfriend's got, I got a guy for you, Trent Reznor.
Yeah, well, this is how she did it. This is how she did it. So she kind of tested me, right? And so I was working on my album, and so I would ask the guy from church, like church choir guy, I said, could you do the music for me? I have these lyrics and stuff. He goes, just bring a sample of what you want it to sound like. So I was like, okay. I didn't know what he looked like. I never met Trent. I didn't know what his face looked like. I just knew the voice, something you can never have. That was my favorite song.
Yeah.
And so I took him the demo, and I hit Trent's like album, and I was like, it's sort of like this. I said, because everyone hears his voice. I said, it's weird. I said, I can like, I understand his spirit. That's how I put it.
Right.
And he goes, okay, I can do it. Obviously, couldn't do it. And so then I was like, oh, this whole fucking sucks. And then I told my girlfriend that. She goes, just happened to do it. I said, who? She goes, Trent. I'm like, oh yeah, like where am I gonna find him? Just like randomly. And I actually said that, and she brings that to this day. I said, oh yeah, like, well, I'm just gonna find him. Like, whoever talks to Trent, you never see Trent anywhere. And so a month later, we actually met. And then we started.
So is this like the secret law of attraction thing? Like you wished for it and it happened?
Witches. Yeah, we're all witches. You know what I mean?
Willed it in.
Yeah.
Was there a little sorcery involved?
No, it wasn't. No. Not to my knowledge.
Now, where do you run into Trent Reznor?
Well, we went to dinner. My girlfriend, Leo Herrera, was his engineer.
Okay.
And probably still is. And so she was kind of like seeing Leo. And so when he came into town, she never told me that, by the way. It was kind of like, I want to keep my girlfriend in dark so that she doesn't try to steal my guy. Because she didn't know me like that. And the thing is, I was always celibate, so I would never do that to her anyway. So then she got to know me, and then they came in town. And she was all like, hey, I have some friends in town, and my friends invited you out to dinner. I said, okay. So when we go out to dinner, and to behold, here comes like all this like rocker dudes. I'm like, you know. And so we go inside, and it's the whole band. It's the whole entire band at the table. Right. Yeah, we had Thai at it's like a Thai restaurant on it was like Coringa, something like over like Sunset Coringa.
Okay.
Chandora, like. It's gone now. It's not there anymore.
Okay.
That's like one of his favorite ones when you come into town. so we went there, we ate, and like the whole band's at the table.
So he's on tour.
Oh yeah, he's on tour. Yeah. So they're all there, and then like he was there with some girl. He said he goes, it was his friend, whatever. So I said okay. So yeah, that's kind of like how it started out. So everybody's like at the table eating, and they're like talking to one another, cracking jokes. I'm just like just eating my Thai food, whatever. And then he just kept looking over like this, right? And I pretend like I didn't notice it. And so Leah goes to Sayonara, to her, and he goes, I think my guy likes your girl. And then she goes, really? And she goes, yeah. And then almost finished like all my food, and he was like, pig. That was the first word he ever said to me, was pig.
What a flirt.
Yeah, but he has a song called Hey Pig.
Yeah.
Right.
Pig, yeah. So the first, he's like, pig, and I was like, I just kind of smiled. And then after we went to like, it's like someplace on Sunset. But anyway, so his friend came up to me, he goes, hey, Trent wants to meet you. And he's having that girl dropped off. And I was like, okay. So yeah, so he took me to the car, and took me to where he was at, and everybody had drinks out and stuff. We all went out after that, like a couple places, and that's kind of how it happened. Had to go to an e-convention the next day. Obviously, he invited me to go, and yeah, I was like,
good move.
yeah. And then he goes, I'm gonna stay with me, and I stay here. And I said, no, I gotta go home. He said, why? I said, I just gotta go home. And I'm sure no girl ever told Trent Reznor, no. But it's like I'm celibate.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to put myself in a situation to like.
Were you really?
Oh yeah, and I still am. Like if I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have random sex. And
I'm the same way, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of sex, but I just need a partner.
yes. No, so you're celibate, and you said I don't want to stay there.
Well, yeah. What I mean, wasn't for that reason. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what at all I had in mind.
Well, I mean, he did want to. I mean, he wanted to fuck you, obviously.
Yeah. And so I said, no, if I should go home. He goes, okay. He goes, I'll call you tomorrow. And he gave me his phone number, and he gave me his code number at the hotel, which is not.
Oh, that's cool.
It was under smoker.
Smoker. So you call the hotel because you get the smoker on the line.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, I was like a code name at the hotel.
Next time Nine Inch Nails is in town,
We're gonna call every hotel.
Smoker.
where's the smoker? Yeah.
Yeah.
And in LA, there's no smokers, so we'll find.
No.
Exactly. It's like, say, he didn't, that's like a code name in case somebody called in.
So is this like when he was at his peak, like Downward Spiral, or was this a little before?
No, that's it. He was touring with he was right before he did with Teeth. He did with Teeth, and then he was touring.
Oh, okay.
He was doing in 1999.
Like the Fragile years.
That's it, the
Right,
Fragile,
yeah.
and You and Me. Like I know all the songs almost by heart,
Right.
but
My favorite Nine Inch Nails album, by the way. Fragile.
yeah, well, mine too.
Well, for obvious reasons.
The
I
Wretched.
didn't fuck with Trent Reznor, but I like the album.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't mean to tease with it. So how long did you go out with him?
A duration of a 10-year off and on period.
Wow.
Yeah, 1999 to 2009 but the thing is like off and on because he toured.
Right.
Yeah, like at the beginning he was touring, we met, and then he kind of like he slowed down, so I got to meet his whole family. So, Mercer flew me there for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. So I met everybody. For Valentine's Day, he would like send me gifts, things like that. I would likewise do. Obviously, I'm a tomboy, so and he would fly me out to his shows. I went to Canada to see him play in Canada.
How does this fly under the radar?
Oh, it's crazy. Okay, so we're in Canada, right? And so he's performing, and then we get off, and then we're about to go to this tour bus, which is in that. So like all the guys, they're done, they get dressed and stuff. So he grabs my hands and goes, "You ready?" I'm like, "Yeah." Okay. So we're walking, like all these people just swarms us, and so he just like looked at me. I'm looking at him, like we're in front of everybody, like it's me, him, and then everybody else. And they have fans in front of them. They have people with cameras taking pictures and recorders trying to get images of him and stuff like that. And so then we get on the tour bus, and then we gotta close the door, and then he goes, was that bad? I was like, no. Was that too bad? I was like, no. And so that's kind of like how it started out. But it's just like wherever we go and wherever he would go, like obviously like massive of people just like swarm around him. Like his fans are like diehard fans.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I know. And I know a lot of women that really like Trent Reznor and really pay attention to who he's dating. Had no idea about you.
Yeah.
And then he married a woman that very exotic looking, beautiful in her own right.
He's not quite.
Is that like he's got a
Well,
type
well,
or?
2000. No, he's dated a lot of girls.
Mhm.
Well, not a lot of girls, but he's pretty picky about who he dates.
Yeah.
And I'm not a blabbermouth. That's one thing is like everybody knew we were dating. We would date openly. And on Sorry Bishop, like we had the same producers and stuff. Like his, you know, his friends were my producers. You know, the same family.
And why didn't he produce?
Oh, he asked. But of course, my wife's thinking. I was like, I don't want you for that. You know, because I thought he's a super nice guy. I was like, I can do this part myself. And he told me, he goes, yeah, Little Birdie told me you do music. And I was like, yeah, but you know, I just kind of like want to do my first album by myself because before I met you, that's what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, so what's your influence in your life? Okay, so I wouldn't dare say you. Like that wouldn't even be. I was like, that is so retarded.
So yeah, you wanted to be your own person.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, so I was like Concrete Blonde, like Garbage, you know, things like that. He goes, oh, okay, cool. He goes, well, we have something that you'd like to hear. I'd like to hear it. And I said, okay. And then like throughout the time we were dating, he's the same thing. He would call me. He's like, so I want to ask you a question. I'm like, yeah. I go, so what is it you want to do? Mm-hmm. And I said, well, you know, I do movies. I would like to do movies, but at the time I was acting, not writing or making movies. And I was like, what part do you like? Movies, modeling, maybe just obviously music. And he goes, well, I'd like to help you with your music. And I said, really? I said, but I don't want you for that. And I did it just because he had told me a story about every time he meets a person that he really thinks he has a good friend, and then he goes, before you know it, hey Trent, they're having their demo tape, and he goes, I was like, fuck dude, I thought I had a cool friend here, and now you're asking me for something.
Which would segue into the whole Marilyn Manson thing, but I'm going to pause on that because, first off, I think I'm the only one in the studio that has, except for maybe Trevor, that hasn't fucked a rock star.
I've never fucked a rock star.
I was wondering, so I was going to ask you if you fucked any rock stars.
No.
Nobody, no indie rock stars, nobody?
No.
Now here's the thing, now you have a lot of names.
Well, I guess, well no, I didn't fucking
Wait, you were about to say something.
But I heavily made out and almost had sex with the drummer from Lit and then he died.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know the drummer from Lit died.
Yeah, he died.
Oh,
Long ago, ages ago. Men of the Dragonfly.
Oh wow, but that wasn't related to your kiss.
No.
Oh good.
No, like when Brad Renfro ate me out and then died.
Well, wait a second. Now, is that true? I know I read that somewhere.
Oh yeah, like it was my Instagram, and that was like we met him in at a.
Brad Renfro ate you out.
Yeah, but when we made out, he kind of went down a minute, but he was in DUI classes with me and made him laugh.
Oh wow, and
that was a long time ago. That was like 2006 or something. It was like right when I moved here.
Yeah, he's. Well,
in 2008 he passed, I think.
Wow, good for you. Well, there you go. I will never reach out, but
no.
I didn't realize. It took. How long have I known you? 4 years, 5 years?
Yeah. 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I mean,
it was right when I started doing comedy. We met.
Yeah, I've been out of the scene for a couple. I've been
I have
out
been
of LA for a
out.
couple
I've
years.
been out of the scene.
Right. Well, we're going to talk about that, but I didn't know Nikki Wantz was a pseudonym. It just hit me like literally like 2 months ago.
That is a pseudonym?
Yeah.
No.
Your real name is Nikki Wantz.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my real name. You want to see
my birth?
You want to see my birth certificate? You want to see my ID? Like seriously?
No, because I thought I read somewhere you were like, well, wait, if you really think my name's Nikki Wantz, it's like, wait a second. Is your name Nikki Wantz?
Yes. I'll show you.
So it was not a pseudonym. You were just goofing around on social media.
No, but what was it? What did
there was some post where you're like, oh, I bet you think my name's really Nikki Wantz.
There you go. Look, Nicole Carolyn Wantz.
Your name's really Nikki Wantz.
Yeah.
Wow, I guess.
I'll show you my birth certificate.
Because I thought it was your real name. It didn't even dawn on me that it could be a pseudonym.
Yeah, it's not. People ask me though.
Right.
I don't know why.
It's a great stage name.
What is it? I was picked on so bad by it.
Nikki Wantz.
Nikki Wantz. What does she want?
Well, now I mean, you know,
you've heard this.
Now the picked on are in power.
I know.
Look at the Nerdist logo right there.
Oh gosh, that poor guy. Yeah, it's not Nerdist anymore.
Huh?
Well,
No, we're the Ruby now, but they're gonna take that down at some point. But the nerds are in control.
They are. I hope.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a nerd. I'm not a nerd.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
they're
I
just
am.
as big
Maybe
assholes as the people that weren't nerds.
But all the guys I date are nerds.
Are they really?
Oh, big time.
Like Brad Renfro and the guy from Lit?
No, he's not. That was just like happy fancy fun. That was like I forget. It's not even like I just
Now define nerd.
God.
Define nerd for me.
I don't know, like
Because everybody's a fucking nerd now.
Rick Moranis type.
That's nerdy.
Yeah, that's
I've
the
never
kind of,
seen you
that's
with a
the-
guy who looks like Rick Moranis in my life.
I've-
He's usually a
Have you met
little-
my boyfriend?
I've seen pictures of him.
He's pretty nerdy.
He doesn't look like Rick Moranis.
I mean, he's nerdy, like the Jewish nerd, nerdy glasses. You know.
Yeah, he's got the hipster-proof beard. He's got the whole
He
thing.
doesn't have a beard.
Didn't he?
I
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
God, maybe that was the other ex. Am
Am I thinking about? Well,
I mean, that one pulled a gun on me. That one, the other one, you know, was mad
What?
with cops. I'm like, the pussy's that good, guys.
Well, I had a guy to blow my car up once.
wait a second. Let's hear
My
this.
Mercedes. So it was a convertible Mercedes I had, and so this guy, he was a German guy, very wealthy, by the way, and
Was he a rock star?
in his own right. In his own right.
He was
but-
uncircumcised, though, right?
Yeah, I would he's a German.
Ouch. So you got the you got
No, that's the whole point.
the turtle
No.
head, the whole thing.
But that wasn't that kind of relationship though. I was an artist, and he tried to manipulate me to date him.
Right.
And and obviously I was like, no, I don't want to date. I mean, he wasn't a bad looking guy, obviously, blue eyes, tall, whatever.
Oh, you like blue
And
eyes?
I'm sorry,
You like blue eyes?
do I like blondes?
Blue eyes.
Well, I mean, I don't go after blue eyes, obviously, but they have like gray eyes, blue eyes, like something that pops out. And the eyeliner looks really good underneath it.
I'm trying to look you in the eye.
Yeah.
Anyway, so was he a Rammstein or KMFDM or somebody we would know?
No.
Okay.
No, although I do like Rammstein.
I went to that guy, the bassist or the guitarist of Rammstein's house once,
Yeah.
and his wife was like smoking hot. Like,
Oh, sure.
I'm not even into women, but she was like a hotter Angelina Jolie. Like, you can imagine, like, she was like the living end. Like, I
Nice.
was like, I don't even know. I don't.
Well, how did you end up at the Rammstein guitarist house?
Because my friend Kim was in a show. She's a model, and she was in a show with her, with the hottie, like
Oh, okay.
the wife.
All
And
right.
I didn't know who she was, but I was like, this woman's gorgeous, and she had a little, and I was like, maybe I might be a lesbian. I might be. But she was really nice, and then it was like vibe, like friend vibes. And then we went to her house, and we're walking down. It was like on Canal Street, New York City,
Mhm.
stuff. And it was a townhouse, a little townhouse, right? You would miss it if you
Right.
you wouldn't even think of it. It was like by Canal Jeans. No, that's gone. But and all of a sudden she's like here, and we're just like, oh, I didn't even notice. And
Wow.
and then it's like he had a home studio. He went upstairs, and there's this huge home studio. And I was like, what is your husband, or what is this? She said, oh, my husband's in Rammstein. Like, I don't know the bassist or the, but she
Yeah.
was very like, but she was so nice and
Yeah.
so like, I just wanted to braid her hair and like pillow fights and like, like tell her everything's gonna be okay. I don't know, like she's like shortly fine, but I'm like, oh, why are we best friends?
But so
I think her name's Karen. I think her
Karen.
name's
Okay. So somebody blew up your Mercedes,
Yeah.
and also you had your cats killed because of your next relationship that I'll be talking about.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, I did. Well, okay,
So there's I've read a few things and
well, yeah, well, the thing is, like, it's all fabricated, it's all bullshit, it's all
but
like...
you did go out with Madonna Wayne Gacy,
Madonna-
my favorite member of Marilyn.
Exactly, yeah, obviously, my choice and favorite, if I were to pick one, but he picked me instead.
And I don't want him to pick me, but I gotta tell you, honestly, and you know him a lot better than I do,
Yeah.
obviously. Since he left the band, none of their albums have been any good.
He's not the only one who said that. I said that publicly. All the fans said the same thing after Madonna Gacy Pogo left the band. I was like, his music's changed. Everybody's like, dude, that sucks. And I think even in a magazine, in a radio interview, I mentioned doing the Scandal time. I said that I was like, you might have your golden boy. And I was like, and you guys both should get back together because since you left the band, you haven't even been the same. Your music hasn't even been the same. And I'm not the one who says it. Everybody says it. And I didn't tell you that, but you just told me that.
Yeah, and also, I remember when they first came out, of all the guys, and they're all trying to look evil, he was the one that looked the most legitimately evil of all of them.
Exactly. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Like you can look at the other, you're like, okay, all right, the guy in the dress is kind of creepy, but this dude with the bald head
Yeah.
and the way he's looking at the camera is the creepiest motherfucker I've ever seen.
Yeah, he is.
How did you meet Madonna Wayne Gacy, or his real name Stephen Breer?
Stephen Beer Jr.
Oh, Breer, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Stephen Beer Jr. I'm at the studio. We record in the studio, and we always go to the same studio. And we have the same mutual friends, obviously, like the whole Manson, Nine Inch Nails, Godhead,
Right.
Thieves, Tool. It's all the same exact family, and those guys I work with. Either I'm pulling for a band member to do a show, or they're producing my album, my single, or something, or they're making sure I have the right publicist. Which the last time I went outside the circle, and you see what happened.
Well, how long after you broke up with Trent, and how did you break up with Trent? What happened?
Oh, it wasn't really a breakup.
You just drifted apart?
No, well, okay, so he started going on tour back to back. He would fly me out and stuff, and we still talked on the phone a lot. And I had an email every day. He bought me a camera so I could take pictures every day of me. That was the point. He goes, here. He goes, send me a picture every day. So I said, okay. So every single day I was sending a picture or something. He goes, do more. I'm like, oh my god. It was like, so literally.
Wow, that sounds like my relationships. Send me more pictures. Send me more pictures.
No, but
Download speed not fast enough.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's really kind. He's like, more. I'm like, okay. And so I was like, I guess to keep me like,
No, he wanted you fresh in his mind. I understand.
Well,
I'm making a bad jerk off joke, but he was sounds sweet.
Yeah, he's very kind. And so yeah, I went.
Although he did jerk off to a couple, I'm sure. But
A couple of Trent Reznor photos?
no, he jerked off to a couple of her photos.
Oh, I thought you were like, I jerked off to a few Trent Reznor.
No.
I'm like, he's a good looking man.
Yeah. So we
But anyway, so you would send him pictures every day.
Yeah, I had to, and then it just got too bad. I was like, okay, so I did send him an email one day, and then the next day he was like, hey, what happened? That's why I didn't get an email from you. So I was like, oh my god, you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then I was like, yeah. So I sent him an email, and then just like I just kind of like pulled a little bit back because I was like. He was like he had another tour on another tour in like another year, and I know because he said he wanted to start a family. That's what the whole point was, and this was like
Right.
before any of that.
You want to start a family
stuff.
with you.
Well, I'm not saying that, but we were together,
Right.
and so he was like, he goes, I can't really do that much unless until I've taken care of myself. Until the finances, the touring, and all, a stable husband, a stable guy, whatever it was that he would have been. He had a vision he wanted his future to be with whoever woman he chose, So, so basically, the point, my brain lost the train of thought.
No, okay, so.
Dude, where'd you get that jacket? Because I love it. I love this jacket.
Yeah.
Where did you get the jacket?
Actually vintage. But the train of thought, I was telling you about the camera.
Right.
Okay, but what was the top of the point?
Well, I was gonna say, why did you guys break up?
Oh, okay, so why break up? So it wasn't really a break up, so it was from just being like distant like that. And although he would fly me out, and then we do the whole talk on the phone every day, or like I said, do the email every day. It's just I just don't want to put myself in a situation to where I'm like, okay, hey, we're still together like that. And because we were, but at the same time, I understand that he had to do his thing. And so then he was like, I'll be back, And he came back, and so I went back for Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff, and met his family for the second time.
Right.
And then he came back, and of course he moved here to LA, and then I saw his head shaved. I was the first girl to see him shave his head bald. And I was there when he went to Hazelton.
Him and me.
Yeah. He went to Hazelton rehab. I was there doing like the whole Hazelton thing, and
Oh, okay.
and with teeth.
Alright.
Yeah. So we're still in his life, and so like I said, like I started doing my own thing. I said I want to do my music.
Right.
I'm going to focus so I can when he comes back and when whatever happens, at least I'm gonna just hear like a girlfriend or just like oh my god.
But you already had an album out in 2004, I believe.
Yeah.
Mute Malevolence.
Exactly.
Under the name Soraya Bishop.
Yeah, I was on my Seraphim Bishop at that time, and so I was like, okay. And by the way, he called me and he goes, guess what I'm looking at? He goes, I said, who? He goes, Seraphim Bishop. He goes, I have your album in my hand. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And this is my tower records and stuff like that.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's cool. So obviously, he looked out for my stuff, and he said, he congratulated me, and he goes, I'm really proud of you. and I hear the first person that ever said that they was really proud of me for doing anything, hence my stuttering, you know, we call speaking impediment I had was completely gone away. And so I was like, yeah, so just like we never broke up. Then he came back, like I said, and then we moved here, and he went to his house over in Beverly Hills that he had. So I saw his pad here, and I met, you know, some of his producers there, and so it's kind of like how it happened. And of course he booked a tour here, and then he started going back to back here, and so that's kind of like how it was. And I just talked to him in 2009, and obviously like during the time. One of my girlfriends, she was all like, yes, she had some beef with me because she actually liked him.
Okay.
And
well, I figured things like that would happen.
Well, yeah, but it was the same girl.
Right.
So
the one who hooked you up with him was the one who,
they had the beef because she actually liked him.
Right.
And then she was with his friend, and then I ended up with him. And so, yeah, so she was telling me, she was like, oh yeah, well, you know, I heard something and I read something about maybe he like cheated on you with some girl backstage, and I was like, no way, right? So my dumb ass do this. So I go online, I'm like, and I'm just like dumb as shit. And first of all, you don't go online and you don't look at somebody's form because people write shit. You know what I mean? I met him, or dude, he's in the elevator, dude, he's had a drink with him, or dude, you know, you don't know. And so then, and I didn't see anything like that she said. So I was like, I'm just going to ask him. So he called me, he was, hey, talk to me like that. So I was like, yeah, I want to ask you something. And it was a very stupid thing to ask.
Right.
But I did it. I did the stupid thing to ask. And I was like, well, because it was that girl that kind of like, you know, was with his friend whenever he came in town.
Right.
And he's like, no, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, well, somebody told me that you. He goes, no. He goes, did I tell you that? I said no, and he said okay. He goes, well, don't believe everything you read, and don't believe everything you hear. He goes, if I did do something like that, he goes, I will tell you I did that. He goes, but no, that never happened. He goes, it's online, like it was on a form, and the thing is, one I didn't even see. Like I didn't even see. So basically, she was throwing like monkey wrenches at me, like to get me like, you know. Yeah, but
so that aroused suspicion. And
well, yeah, because I never thought anything like that. Right. So that was the first time I asked a stupid question like that, and he's like, no, I don't say no.
Nikki, you've asked questions like that of your boyfriends.
What? Why are you looking at forums?
No,
no,
are you cheating on me?
Cheating, not cheating, but like, oh, I heard
my
girl.
Well, I just already knew I mean, not this, but my my past ex. I found out was like 14 or 15 women in the year we were with.
Wow.
Yes, he's a
that's
busy
all?
boy. I know. It's not that busy. I mean, that's it. God.
How did you 14 or 15 in the year that you guys were going out?
Yeah.
Wow. How did he?
And then he's trying to he wants to get me back, and he was actually calling my friends. Actually, last week called my friend, was like, set up a date with Nikki. Like, go to dinner with Nikki and like tell me where you're at so I can see her because she blocked me from everything. And I was like, no. Like, if my friend's gonna hoodwink me to see your fucking dumb ass, like, no. Like,
so he can cheat on his girlfriend he's going out. He has now.
Oh no, I don't think he has. He doesn't have a girlfriend.
He doesn't deserve
He doesn't deserve anything.
No, I'll bet he does. I'll bet he does. That's
he was actually. I was on a FaceTime with him, and I found out he was getting his dick sucked while he was FaceTiming with me.
He deserves to be put in a cage.
You know, like.
Wait, he was getting his dick sucked while he was FaceTiming?
Yeah, and then I heard I heard
what
something.
A guy.
And stuff. Yeah, but he's gonna pull a gun on me, and it's crazy. What? He's a crazy person. But it doesn't even. He like fought like Googles me a lot, so I'm even like talking. It's like Voldemort. I'm like, oh, he doesn't even. He would think I gave a shit.
Is this a comic?
No.
Oh, good.
You should say something to him on the camera. He's probably gonna look at this.
I probably will. Leave me alone.
Yeah, leave her alone.
Yeah.
I hope he does, but it's.
Wow.
And then
I didn't know your dating life was that.
It's crazy.
That adventurous.
It is. I mean, I'm well.
Now, your dating life's like Goodfellas. It's like really weird.
Goodfellas.
Really.
Between the blowing up the car and the gun and the.
And she's had the car blow up.
Yeah.
I have the gun.
Yeah.
And then I have the cops busting in my house.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna we're talking about getting married, so it's like.
To the guy that called the cops on you.
Yeah. I know.
I have a gross creeper story.
Oh please! I want to hear this.
So there was this like guy that used to social media stalk me, right? This metal guy. And I would never like really respond. He's like, let me take you out to a vegan restaurant knowing I'm vegan. And he's like, hey,
are you vegan?
Yeah.
How's he know that and I don't?
Huh?
How's he know that and I don't?
It's on my Instagram. Anyway,
I'm not.
So-
I've been researching.
I'm proud of you that you're vegan.
Gothem
You have not brought it
Nightmare.
up until right now.
well, here's
That's
why. So this guy, he's like, well, I'm shooting a metal video. He's like, I'm gonna send it to you. Like, trying to impress me. I'm like, So he goes down to this butcher shop in East LA and buys a severed pig head. Proceeds to send me a video of him making out with it. He literally stuck his tongue in this severed pig's mouth. It's like, bleh.
That's very nice name.
That's
And sent it to
romance.
me. I was like, it was disgusting. It was psycho.
Did he have like closer in the background, or was he spinning around, or?
No, he was like outside and
You're like, come up with something way
street.
more interesting than that.
Yeah.
That's so
What
1994.
is that? Ugh.
Some guy drew a picture of me, one of my Twitter follower guys, in blood. Like,
Whoa.
and I have it
Whose
somewhere.
blood?
I don't know. I guess it was his. It was like crayon and blood. And I was like, that's
Wow.
a man after my own heart. Straight
Well, I wear
there.
blood, so
Yeah, like I like
I'm
that.
sorry.
I thought it was cute.
What about you in blood?
I wear blood when I sing. When I sing, I wear blood.
No, I've looked at your most recent photo shoot. That's blood.
Yeah, that's blood.
Now, whose blood is that?
I make professional. I do it professionally. I make professional blood. Like I can make it professionally.
So
Yeah.
this is stage blood.
Well, I mean, I don't slaughter humans. That I'm pro-human. You know,
Right.
I am
Who
a
do you
I am a
slaughter?
vampire. So
Well, before we get back to the Madonna and Gacy story, I wore this kiss tie for a reason. Because I read that this was one of your mentors right here, Gene Simmons. Now, how do you meet
Yeah.
this guy?
you
And you didn't sleep with him. Let's
I
be clear.
did not sleep with him.
Gene Simmons,
Not
I
at all.
fucked me though at what's that tequila? What's that restaurant? It's in Cahuenga. It's that Mexican restaurant, Velvet Margarita.
Oh, that's a good place.
And he was walking out, and he was like, ooh. And I was like, but me and his wife have the same birthday, so I was like, maybe it's the Pisces thing.
Ah. What's your sign?
I'm sorry.
Your sign.
My sign is Gemini.
Okay. Anna?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
You?
Oh, I'm Scorpio. But, that
Trevor?
seems-
Trevor, what's your sign?
Anyway,
You're a Leo? Roar. I'm a Leo moon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
my dad's name is Leo, but he's not a Leo. Anyway, to get back to this story here. So how do you meet? Well, apparently you can go to the Velvet Margarita and get eye fucked by him. But how did you meet?
I don't know how to go, but I should, yeah. That
Oh.
was nice.
Yeah, through Barry Levine. Barry Levine, he's part of they do like comics and stuff, and he was part of his management also, and like he did his like photos, like he started Kiss with Kiss and just came up. So now they have like this huge. Used to be with like Dark Horse Entertainment,
Right.
and that's how I met Barry in the film business. And then he was like, yeah, I want you to meet Gene. And so yeah.
So some dude named Gene.
Gene. And so then he gets on the phone in his office right away, and he calls, and he's like, hey, I want to have somebody here I want you to meet, and I want you to meet her for management, she needs a good management. And he said, okay.